All right, I'm trying to get this one out. It was about Microsoft Flight Simulator leading up into 9/11, Revenge of the Nerds, War Games, shown in Gremlins, shown in all their movies basically, Weird Science, a custom cloning lab being Ernst & Young, Mega Control Systems being the steel belt, where they can engineer things, but it's also a bit of a greasy mess, if you know what I mean, when the things get dirty with the mob. Yeah, that's right. And so you have aerospace, and you have custom orders, and you have all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes. Revenge of the Nerds, Culling Them In, Culinary Delights, Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen. What about people getting people into coven? Into a sorority that leads to a sex party, that leads to a dirtier sex party, that leads to a dirtier sex party, that leads to 9/11, but came from slavery. And that's what they all joined. They all joined the slave train. They all joined the slave party, basically, the slave master's party. And that's what they dress like, and that's what they act like. A bunch of dirty French slave masters who think it's fucking beautiful to be the rich, elegant one as they have their servants. So, the French hellfire, Colbert, were you here as a terrorist on this country? Honestly, with your Jerry Blank and all that stuff that you put in our minds and you're laughing in our face, you French Canadians, did you all do 9/11 together, you little bad boys? Was LBJ Chirac, Chirac, bringing us these fruitcake rappers who don't talk about nothing important anymore? Just about serving you guys in your stupid orgy. Do you guys serve Pastor John MacArthur from Los Angeles, California, whose church is shaped as the symbol of the master, the US dollar? Is the Phoenix Rising the Hanson Dam? Is that what Ruth and her brother, who love Indiana Jones, came here for? Because they were jonesing for the treasures of God, and so they got a restraining order against me because they serve Satan. The MCSE training course, Brisbane, Perth, the Northwest Traders and the South Winds Traders, or whatever they were called, seem to be doing business from Bill Gates, because they're trading the weather, they're stealing our water, creating the triple point of water. The pirates of Silicon Valley are the ice pirates who gave us the Space Needle. Those are your space engineers, and they went into the weed growing business in Rockville. They started crushing rocks and making rock candy cubes. They got involved in the cocaine business. The Indio Shields date farm, they invented the crystalline method for making crystal potions out of their dates. I wonder if that had something to do with the invention of crack rock. And if that is the actual Mecca, where the palm trees grow. And God brought all his children back home. But some Tasmanian devils and their Aussie friends tried to do Mission Impossible. Michael Scott and the Scottish Druid Dragons tried to come to the American shores, steal the kingdoms and treasures of God's children right under their nose as they kept them in a system of racist slavery, and took us to war after war as they stole our patents, stole our ideas, stole our manufacturing, and began to prepare to shut us off. When all we need to do is burst those damn bridges in Canada. Those ones in the Jasper National Forest, just take a few missiles and burst those fuckers and let the water flow, and whoever's living in the fucking riverbanks, too fucking bad. As we take our country back. We fix our river, and that fixes our world, and we get these fucking devils out of here, and it turns out they were all a bunch of fucking parasites. So all these people that came here with their master's degree to tell me how much better they were, and I bet you they got you on all fours and got you in your letoite. Was it worth it, sister? Your name is Eve. You may get to taste the hellfire if that's what you joined. Yeah, if you joined the sorority and it led to you getting into the masquerade, there's a good chance you're tasting what's called hellfire. One way or another. You either testify or you get your flame extinguished. One way can lead to you being cleaned up. One way leads to you getting extinguished. All things can be made new, but all things can be put out forever and blotted away too. Your name can be removed from the book. All I offer you is the truth, and if I don't, then the blood's on me. Your blood's on me. But if you listen and you make the right decision, you may save your own soul and you may save others. The sword is prepared upon America. They brought in all the herds of all the wicked tribes of all the nations. Those Somalians in the anthill of Phoenix, where that young lady had some friends. Well, they're no friends of mine. And I don't believe they're any friends of any man who's an American. I believe they're here, set up for an attack, like the same ones in Minnesota. Those are terrorists brought in for this. War has never ended. World War II has never ended. This is still World War I. The world has just been at war, and people keep changing their identity and changing their story and telling you to wait for the mark of the beast when her pastor has it. Cheech had it. The Joker has it. Hitler had it. Walt Disney had it. Johnny Cash had it. Bernie Sanders has it. Many, many more of them have it. I would check Joe Biden's records and see that he's not an actor. Gary Cole or Larry Ellison, the serpent of the Bible, right there on television, trying to become the president of the United States, the flyboy, whachiti, and all his witches, and all his Pocahontases, and everyone who joined his orgy. Hellfire to you. Hellfire to you. I forgive you for you don't know what you've done, but I shine the light of truth on you, because this is about saving God's children, saving our kingdoms, getting our gold back, making sure that you don't send chocolate Thai through the Pineapple Express and then expect us to think he's the Lion King, when you're just sending us Ignatin Obama.